So the question is, from tier 1 to tier 2, we talked about how the assignment gets triggered when it comes to assigning service request from tier 1 to tier 2. But the question is, what happens, how what triggers the assignment to tier 1? Actually, just as a customer calls, it gets assigned to a tier 1 rep. It's a good question actually. Okay, but there is a little bit of philosophy around it also. First of all, like these tier 1 reps are like, they're sitting in a row. Like just imagine 5,000 people sitting in a call center, and just as the incoming call, the system keeps track of who is free and who is not. Just as like it keeps you in the queue. Just as someone becomes free, it assigns it to him. It is good question actually, but there's nothing more to it. There is another concept around it. It's a marketing concept. Like we talked about outbound callers. Okay. Do you know what is screen pop-up? What is CTI? What is IVR?
Yes.
Do you know what is screen pop-up? Yeah, it's the screen pops up in front of him. The customer enters his SSN, so it will be passed. It obviously is entered it in the IVR. The customer has entered it in the IVR. So IVR will pass on the SSN to Siebel, and Siebel will basically find out the rep, and it will pop that contact record on his screen. He doesn't have to query. But more complete explanation is that like IVR will catch the SSN, and then it will identify. It will ask Siebel, okay, who is free? Siebel will say, okay, this guy is free, and phone system will say this guy is free. Okay, both the guys will say this guy is free. So IVR will pass the SSN to Siebel for that rep, and Siebel will ensure that the screen pops up on his desktop, and IVR will pass on it to CTI. CTI will ensure that the phone ring, it makes the phone of that sales rep ring. It should not make other person's phone ring. So these are the things that need to happen. मेरे उसमें होता था like in the code. So what used to happen is 2-3 people's screen will pop. So this is quite possible. So basically this is screen pop-up functionality. Now I'm going to talk about automatic call distributors. What happens is if anybody has worked in call centers in India, they will know this thing. Anybody? See, what happens is these 5,000 people are sitting and they have this list of 25 questions, and okay, everybody will have this list of 25 questions in front of them, and they have to answer these in the script in the computer, in the system. So they'll enter the answer, and there is a list of like 100,000 contacts or prospects that will be loaded into the system with their numbers. So they will not be dialing the number. System will dial the number. System will dial the number and then assign the call to one of these guys, whosoever is free. So yeah, so what happens is these guys are sitting, they don't waste even a single minute of their time. So system will see who is free and who is not. Just as he puts the phone down, system will automatically dial a number, immediately assign it to him. So these are called as ACDs. So if you see like all these guys who are in the call center, they'll say, oh, I'm very busy, man, I was working 12 hours, man, I'm tired. This is because these guys get tired because they don't even get off the phone for a single minute. Just as they put the phone down, phone rings up again. System will detect and assign a call to him. So what they do is they're very smart, man. They don't put the phone down. Yeah. So this is the ACD functionality, automatic call distributor functionality. And gathering requirement for ACD is quite easy. It's not very difficult. Prospect list will be kind of loaded into this. ACD is not a Siebel thing, so ACDs have to interact with Siebel. So ACDs will basically pop the smart script will be always open in front of the rep, and that prospect details will be passed on from ACD to Siebel. So Siebel will have the prospect detail in front of the rep and have the smart script, so that he can say, hello Mr. Kalra, how are you, right? So then he can start asking questions, click submit, so that prospect record has been used. Siebel will pass on a message to ACD that okay, the call to this person has completed successfully. Okay, if ACD hits the VM voicemail of the Mr. Kalra, then it will maintain a record that okay, to Mr. Kalra, it was a voicemail, we didn't leave a message, so that list will remain active, that person will remain active, and he can be called again.